Friday Family Fun Night, and we are at the Harpers Field Metro Park, and I'm very excited because we are with State Representative John Patterson. Woo! Thanks for being here with us. We're so excited.
It's a beautiful morning, and as you can see, the playground, which has been recently installed, is part of the money that we generate with the Metro Parks tax levy. And this is a great place for kids to play. Look at these wonderful large chips. It's not like they're going to get hurt with anything. And just an excellent addition. Picnic pavilions, plenty for a family. And of course, the highlight, not only the bridge, but the Grand River itself. There are brand new swings that have been installed there for those who like to reminisce about Days End and other things like that, Lover's Lane, so to speak, for the adults, of course. But this is just a beautiful stretch of the Grand River. And we're going to go on a tour of the recently established walking tour for those in wheelchairs. And it's absolutely flat. It goes back through the woods, but it's going to be something you'll want to see.
Wonderful. So not only are we out here in a lovely family-friendly facility, but this can accommodate any family member, which is always a good thing. So come on with us. We're going to go take a walk. Okay, so we have wandered now into this beautiful setting on this absolutely gorgeous boardwalk that winds around, you said, and this is just so pretty and so peaceful. Tell us about how this came to be. This is just wonderful.
Well, through the vision of the Metro Parks, that tax levy that we passed again and renewed this past fall, a year ago now, has allowed them to construct facilities like this, especially for the handicapped, or if young families with a stroller or two want to take a hike and get the kids out. It traverses a lowland here. In the springtime, some of this area is really mushy. There are vernal pools. You can hear the tree frogs and such, and can enjoy all that and not get your feet muddy or be a part of it or get your wheelchair stuck down here. But the beauty of it is all four seasons are absolutely gorgeous from this viewpoint. My wife and I have been out here in the spring, in the fall, obviously in the summer. Winter is coming, and I know we hate to think about that, but I'd like to see that that's the only season we have missed. But it's absolutely pristine and something that our people can take advantage of year-round.
Because you know, it is one of my favorite words. It is free! So if you're looking for some good family fun, it doesn't cost anything. This is fantastic. We have made our way down here to the edge of the Grand River, and there's lots of excitement going on down here. We've got some folks fishing back here, and we've got some folks over here that are kayaking. So this really is an amazing spot to be in. And you told me when we were walking down here, you told me a very interesting fact about this waterway.
Yes, two facts in fact. To be redundant, of course. The Grand River is one of our four scenic rivers in Ashtabula County. Ashtabula River being another, the Conneaut Creek, and most recently the Pymatoonie Creek that flows south. We actually in Ashtabula County, people don't realize this, sit on a continental divide. It's recognized by the U.S. Geological Service because water in the southern part of the county actually feeds into the Ohio River system. Water in the north feeds into the Great Lakes and the St. Lawrence Gulf. But nationwide, there is a parish in Louisiana, and the research folks at the Legislative Service Commission, with whom I work all the time, did this for us. They discovered there's a parish in Louisiana with 6 scenic rivers. There's a county in Oregon with 5. Ashtabula County is number 3 nationwide in terms of having the most scenic rivers, but we are the only one that also sits on a continental divide. That's pretty
So
cool.
we're exclusive, yay!
And more than that, this Grand River Valley, and look, he just caught a fish there.
Oh, we caught a fish.
See, lots of activity there. But the Grand River Valley allows the microclimate that we experience for the growing of vinifera grapes. 80% of all the grapes used in Ohio's wine industry are grown right here in the Grand River Valley. A 22-mile stretch, 2 miles north or south of the river, it creates like this massive bowl that sucks cold air in the springtime that keeps the buds relatively intact so they don't come out too soon and expose to frost. And then in the fall, with the warm breezes off Lake Erie, it keeps it warm. And with the sunlight that we receive ample amounts in September, it increases the sugar content, which makes our wine just absolutely fantastic. And our people have won not only national competitions, but international competitions for the wine that we produce right here in Asheville County.
Isn't that cool? You got your science lesson, and yet another reason to be proud to live in Asheville County. So we have made our way upstream to the beautiful covered bridge here. And there's some history, of course, with that.
It really is. If you look on the north section, there's an iron bridge, and one would say that's kind of weird to have an iron bridge connected to a covered bridge out in the middle of the river. There was a reason for that. The massive flood in 1913 swept out the north bank beyond the end of the covered bridge. And amazingly, the piling on which the bridge stands survived. So the simple solution was build an extension of it. And that's why there is that extra piece. This was one of the longest ones in Ohio at one time. It's been refurbished. Of course, the longest in the United States is Swollen Gulf Bridge.
Still us.
Still us.
Yeah.
We also have the shortest in the United States. And I'm going to put you on the spot.
Geneva.
That's right, Liberty Street.
I know my covered bridges.
There you go. And that was constructed by our students at ATEC years ago.
That I did not know. Yay, ATEC. Good job.
Now here's something else. Ohio is only second to Pennsylvania in terms of covered bridges. But the #1 county in Ohio is Ashtabula. 19 of them. 19 of them. It's really absolutely a blessing. And I can tell you, when I was a young college student, working for the county highway department in the summertime, installing guardrail, and along the covered bridges, there are sections of guardrail. John Smolin was the young county engineer at that time. And it was John Smolin's vision to save these, because they were at a point, over 100 years old, many of them, that it was time to do something about our bridges. So he made a conscious effort to save these, otherwise we wouldn't have had them. Now here's the interesting thing about covered bridges. If you can keep the base, the abutments, the pilings safe and secure, and keep the roof on it, it will actually last longer than a steel bridge. Here's why. The salt works on the steel. The salt actually enhances the wood's ability to age properly. So you keep a roof on, keep the floor situated. When I say floor, I mean the pilings. They'll last a long, long time, and they're beautiful as well. But there's more to Asheville County than even the covered bridges. The Covered Bridge Festival this fall has been canceled, sadly, but that doesn't mean that our families, for free, shouldn't get out and explore them. Because in the fall, they're just a masterpiece with nature's hand at work, with the leaves, the water rippling through, and the pristine placing of some of our covered bridges, many of our covered, just absolutely gorgeous. And that is a good segue into the last piece, other parks that folks should visit in Ashtabula County. So part of my work in the state legislature is to capture grant money, capital budget money, and we were able to do that to build the Covered Bridge Pavilion in Jefferson, in Giddings Park, where the old elementary school was, and that has become the centerpiece for the Covered Bridge Festival. And though it's canceled this year, that's a great place to take the kids if you're looking for a playground. It's a little bit different. They've got a nice picnic pavilion there, But Giddings Park is named after Joshua Giddings, who was one of the leaders of the anti-slavery movement in Congress. He and Benjamin Wade, at one time, we had, if you can imagine this, a member of the House of Representatives and a member of the Senate living in Jefferson. They actually were law partners, and they're buried in Oakdale Cemetery, probably about 20 yards from one another.
Wow.
Really cool. And Wade was the one who was going to be president during the Andrew Johnson impeachment trial. Had Johnson been removed from office, Wade, in his position as president pro tem of the Senate, would have succeeded Johnson. So that was Lincoln's assassination, Johnson, and then Wade. So that all, Jefferson, Covered Bridge Pavilion, a lot of history there.
Very rich history, right here in Ashtabula County.
And then another favorite park that our folks should visit any time of the year is Pymatuning. The Pymatuning Lake, here's a fun fact, is the largest inland public lake in Ohio. Now, I know we share it with Pennsylvania, but that's all right. We've been sharing it since the 30s.
It's good to share.
It really is. But that's a great place to picnic. You can rent a kayak there, sailboat rentals. And at the south end of Pymatuning, over in Jamestown, you can kayak the Pymatuning Creek, which a lot of our folks don't realize, but they've got a booming business down to that end of the county, too. The Metro Parks is in process. We've secured grant money for the construction of the bike trail from Leon. It's a little crossroads out at Stanhope-Kellogg'sville Road and Mells Road. Used to be a humming place for milk 100 years ago. And Fort Warren, Youngstown, Pittsburgh, our dairy farms here. But from Leon, that little tiny place, to Andover, the first chunk of the Pymatuning Greenway Trail is underway. At least it's on the drawing board. We have the funding. So the idea is to connect the Pymatuning Trail from the state line to Jefferson, which forms then part of the Industrial Heartland Trail that will traverse 5 states when it's complete. So we have that going on in the Pymatuning corridor. Now in southwest Ashtabula County, in the Orwell area, Chaffee Park in downtown Orwell is a great place to take the kids and enjoy refreshments of Orwell. There are local establishments there. And
The really good ones.
the really good ones, name brands that we won't promote here, but they're really good ones. But the bike trail is really close there. And for all of Ashtabula County, and you can take the bike trail all the way into Warren. Nancy and I have done that. All paved, all former railroad surface. Now in northeast part of Ashtabula County, the Conneaut Township Park is a great place for sunsets.
Yes.
Get a little ice cream, get yourself a place on the bluff there, and watch the sunsets. It's just a fantastic place, and to watch the activity in the inner harbor there by the lighthouse is pretty special. And another place right now, it's closed to Kingsville, Sunset Park,
Yes.
the end of 193. I happened to pull in there a couple years ago. I had a phone call that I had to take, and I walked out, and the Eagles have returned to Ashtabula County. And they were feeding off our north coast there. So there's a chance for that too. All kinds of nature, all kinds of things to do if we but look in Ohio's largest county, Ohio's county with the most scenic rivers, Ohio's county with the most wineries, Ohio's county with the largest inland lake, and here's a question, Ohio's largest private lake. Where do you think that is?
I'm going to vote for Pymatuning.
Private.
Private.
Public, you're right.
Okay.
Roaming shores. Private.
Roaming shores.
Roaming
There we go.
shores.
Roaming
We've got it all. If you're into the water sports, this is the place to be. And what's more, if you really love snow and don't want to leave Ohio, wherefore but Ashtabula County. Every season of the year, there's something special going on in Ashtabula County, and that's why I love this place so much. And AJ, I want to thank you for the chance to be with you today and to share what I treasure that's all good about Ashtabula County. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, and this is why we call it Ashta Beautiful. Check all of the parks out, all the fun things that are happening. There's lots to do to have family fun. We'll see you real soon.